Hello, hello, Diamond Girls. Welcome to my live today. It's all about why walking away from a man works, especially if you are over age 40. I feel as a dating and relationship coach for feminine energy, walking away is almost a must-have, must-do if you want to be committed and married to a man. You absolutely must walk away. Now, today on my blog, I posted a blog post. It's my most popular blog post. I did a repost today of why walking away works because I wanted to share with you more information, more things that I've collected and data and information about walking away, because when you are stuck in a relationship, you don't feel like you have any other option except to walk away, but you don't want to walk away because you love that man. You love him and you don't want to leave him. And it is so, so difficult to leave someone that we love. And, you have to sometime leave someone you love to actually get where you want to be in life. And that's what I'm going to teach you about with feminine energy in your relationship, especially if you are over age 40. Is that you are feeling stuck. Now, I have the link to my blog post below. If you click that link, it will go to episodes 17, 19, and 29 of my podcast that I give you even more insight into why walking away works. But here's the thing, walking away can be done mentally or physically. It doesn't have to be just like, okay, I'm packing up and leaving for my mom's. Walking away is really difficult when you love someone, you're invested. A lot of you may be engaged to be married, but the wedding's not happening, the planning's not happening, and you feel stuck. So this is the biggest thing, is that if you are remotely considering walking away, it is because you're feeling stuck. You're either in a girlfriend trap or you're in an engagement trap, where you're just not making progress in the relationship. So understand that you're not alone. I hear from women every day who write me and say things like, I have been in a relationship with this man for 7 years and we still are not married. We're not engaged. I don't know where we're going. It happens all the time. Now, here is why walking away is the only thing that's going to wake these men up, again, especially for over age 40, but honestly, it can happen at any age, is that the man is comfortable. The man is comfortable with how the relationship is going. And I'm laughing because I'm thinking of that old saying about the cow and the milk, but I am not going to at all relate women to being a cow or anything like that. But in a way, the man is comfortable. So he's either comfortable, he's scared, he has it enough comfort that he doesn't need to make a lot of big change. So he just stays the way things are, because after all, you're coming over all the time and you're seeing him and you're having sex and you're traveling and you're going to his daughter's soccer games and he, you're showing up in his life. Now, another thing is, a man might have a lot of loose ends. He might still be married. He possibly hasn't gotten a divorce yet, or he got really, really burned badly by his divorce and he's claiming that he needs to heal. Well, that's all well and wonderful. I wish you the best on healing, but you, Diamond Girl, you have to move on with your amazing, rich, juicy, full life, especially if you want to, be married one day. So real quick, hi to everyone. I'm seeing your messages pop up. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer because I'm going to take a couple of Q&A about walking away. Now, again, the link below to my blog is there, why walking away works. Maybe you don't read blogs, but this is one that you're going to want to bookmark. It's one of the #1 blogs in Google. If you type in walking away from a man, there I am. Because this blog has transformed so many women's lives, have helped them to walk away and either call forth the man they're meant to be with, or what happened to me is I walked away and my guy woke up to what he was losing. Now, walking away is not a manipulative tactic. It is nothing you do to make your partner realize how wonderful you are. Walking away, to me, is the final step. And a woman always knows when to walk away, but walking away can start in very subtle ways as a woman, with you first understanding your value. You have to first understand your value as a woman and understand I'm not going anywhere fast. Now, I owe it to a very, very dear friend of mine with my first husband. My first husband, I actually went out and bought my own engagement ring. He gave me the money. I bought my own engagement ring. He still had not asked me to marry him. And a friend of mine had come over to the house that night. We were having dinner, and he said, when are you getting married? And I said, well, we're engaged and I'm common law wife. And he goes, there's no common law wife in North Carolina. You're not protected in any way. And sure enough, my first husband and I, we had such a huge blowout that it came down to him like threatening to make me leave the house, and all sorts of craziness got in to our relationship, which is what happens when you're on that precipice and you're having that guy stall. It's like trapping an animal in a corner. All right, so for those of you who know what I'm talking about, you understand. It's like you have a trapped animal and they go into fight or flight. And that's what my first husband did. And I had to tell him, I didn't have any money. I didn't have a job. I had nothing. And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving you. I'm going to my mom's house. And he saw how willing I was to just start over with nothing. And the truth is I was a little dumb. But he saw how willing I was to just start over with nothing and leave. And thankfully, I had women around me who said, Adrienne, listen, you don't have to leave. Because you've been living in that house, you don't have to leave. There's certain laws that protect you. So the first thing I want you to understand is know the laws that protect you. I hate it when I get emails from women who are like, I asked my guy, Adrienne, where do you see us going? He said he never wanted to get married. So I packed my stuff up and I left, and I'm sleeping on my sister's sofa and I hate it and I want to go back home because I helped him decorate that house. I even paid for the sofa in that living room. It goes on and on and on, and you've left your home. So know the laws in your area, in your state, and know how to protect yourself before you leave your home. I want you to be well prepared. So this is the part of mentally preparing to walk away from a man, is knowing your game plan, having a plan and knowing I want to be a wife, and this guy keeps telling me when I pay off my debt, when my daughter is out of college, when I'm done with my final alimony payment, or whatever it may be. He may have a million excuses. That's all well and fine. Good luck with that. I'm going to be walking away. You say it to yourself first. All right? No more lies. It requires total honesty on your part. So that's step one. It's up here that changes. Now, when that changes, the man feels it. He knows something is up. He knows he's on thin ice. You might even notice that's when he surprises you with your favorite latte. And that's when he says, oh, let's go away for the weekend. He starts coming on real sweet because he can feel that shift in your energy and he starts to get nervous about it. Now, again, this is not a manipulative tactic. This is where you must recognize your value and your worth in the relationship. I give you a lot of other ways to mentally begin to lean back and walk away without leaving. Now, here's the next thing. Why do women have to walk away? Why do we have to do this? It is because the man leaves us no other option. It's no other option. We've given him time. We've gone to counseling. We've had friends talk to us. We have talked about it how many times? He gives you no other option, and you have to leave the relationship. And a woman always knows when to walk away. She knows when I'm done here. There's nothing more I can do. And I want to tell you, it is such a solemn feeling, but also like the wind beneath your wings at the same time. So my husband, as you know or may not know, I have a program called the ABCs to Get Him Back. He and I had been on again and off again for about 5 years. And I had been dating him again regularly. We had broken up, gotten back together. And I told him, I said, where do you see us going? I really want to be a wife one day. Because I was like a Tuesday, Thursday girlfriend. I was in the girlfriend trap. And I felt like we were on a relationship diet. And like, I have to be honest, if he could have kept it that way, I have my house, he has his house. I come over twice a week, we have dinner, we laugh, we have sex, it's great. The man will keep it that way. A lot of men, no problem. That sounds great to them. They're getting the best of both worlds, but it didn't work for me. So that day in his driveway, where do you see us going? I want to be a wife. He laughed at me. He laughed at me, and I knew I had to walk away. I had been thinking about walking away for about 2.5 months, and it horrified me because things were so good. They were good. Nothing was killing me, but I knew I wanted to be a wife, and I knew that clock was ticking. I was over age 40, and he was well over age 40. So I told him, I said, look, I love you. You mean everything to me, and I will miss you, but I want to be a wife. I'm going to have to be moving on. And I saw his face just radically change in that moment, and he looked scared. And then 3 months later, he came back into my life and pretty much asked me to marry him. Because here's the next part of walking away. If a guy has walked away from you and he comes back, do not fall for the same song and dance where you end up being engaged for another year and then another year after that. No, you love me so much, let's go get married. You wouldn't believe the number of emails I get where women are like, he told me when he pays off this debt, we will get married. I'm like, look, go to the clerk of courts. It's the cheapest deal in town. You can get married right now. No dollar amount is keeping us apart. I understand what you're going through, honey. I understand money, but that money has nothing to do with my love. I want to be your wife. Make sure you want to be his wife. All right? Make sure this is the captain of your ship that you're choosing here. All right? So men leave us no option. We have to walk away. We have to lay down the law. You lose me. So in a lot of cases, you walk away from the guy. He's still texting you, wanting to see you, wanting to figure things out. Baby, I love you, but I want to be a wife. Well, okay, I know. I was working on it. Okay. And he tries to slip back into your bed or start seeing you again. And you have to have a boundary. You have to say, listen, I love you, but I'm moving on. And you have to stop texting him, because listen to me very carefully. If he doesn't miss you, and I mean miss you and go out of his mind and go on a few dates with some women that it is never going to work out, he's going to realize what a gem he is missing with you. That's what makes him come back. Why over 40? I don't know. Again, they're more comfortable, they're more seasoned, whatever it is. But listen, they have to miss you, and you can't still be texting them and still showing up. It won't work. He has to feel like he has lost you and lost you for good. Now, I suggest doing something called leaving the door cracked. Leaving the door cracked is if the guy's blowing up your phone. For example, at some point, Jeff, my husband, he started messaging me. He started asking me to come meet a friend of his and him for lunch. And at one point he even said, well, if we're not dating each other, we might as well, know what each other's up to. And I was like, hell no. No. Here's my script for that. I have always been your friend. I cannot be just your friend. So when you walk away, it's like a fine line between friendship and rebuilding. But the secret is limited frequency, limited amount of time that you're in touch with them. So he would message me, he would want to see me, and I would say, I would love to. It would mean a lot to see you, but I'm very busy. And then at some point, when he kept trying to see me, I said, well, what do you want from me? I've already accepted you don't want to be a husband. I've already accepted you don't want to be married. What do you want from me? And he said, well, I don't know. I think things have changed. And he came over that day, and that was it. There's no going back. So I still get a little teary-eyed about it, because He really showed up at my doorstep, hat in hand, because he wasn't sure if I wanted him back. And I had to play it real cool, you know. And I had to also make sure I didn't get strung along and get back into something else, all right? So walking away can happen mentally and physically. I first did the mental parts. I did them kind of so-so. I have to be honest. I'm not good with mental stuff like that. I'm kind of what you see is what you get. I'm very honest and authentic in that. I had to physically walk away. But there are some things that you can start to do. Read that blog. It's below in the description below. So listen, I've got so many of you watching me right now. You amazing, powerful, dynamite women. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So glad I could bring you this message. I want you to take a moment, do me a little favor, give my video a thumbs up. If I'm helping you, my message helps you. You don't have to make the same mistakes I did. You can go to happily ever after pretty quickly. You don't have to waste any more of your amazing time on this planet waiting on a man to decide your fate. You decide your fate, all right? Please do give me thumbs up and click that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel. Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of fun things. I always love to take a couple of questions in the chat, and I'm gonna just open up chat. For those of you who wanna ask a question, just try to keep it succinct. All right, we're gonna start with Sandra. She says, Adrienne, we lived together for 11 months and he told me to leave because of a fight a week ago. Not sure what to do. Could you please help? Okay, Sandra. So this is the bad part about moving in with somebody. I bet you've been paying rent too. Maybe you haven't, but this is why I have something called the terms and agreements, or the terms and conditions on dating and commitment. You must have steps you follow, because a woman is like, oh, this guy loves me, he wants to be with me, and we just follow them. And we don't have any of these really important conversations. So listen, whatever state you're in, contact an attorney, contact a rental, the part of your county that you live in. There's renter's rights, and know what your rights are in that house. Know when you have to leave and when you don't have to leave, so you can prepare and your butt's just not out on the street. Okay? Know your rights. Oh, I'm also going to pull a card for you real quick. I've got my Everheart answer deck. This is coaching in a box, y'all. This is what I do all day long. And I kept giving out the same advice over and over and over again. So I made a deck of cards. And I'm going to pull you a card, my darling. This is what I pulled. Ooh. Know when to listen to a man's words. When he says he can't be in a relationship or you deserve better, he means it. Yes, it stings. An inner boy will want to win him over, but no good will come from convincing him of your value. You move up the tiers by accepting his no and replying. And the reply is, there's the little script part below. It says, I guess we're not on the same page. I will be moving on. So there's a time to listen to a man, and there's a time to not listen to a man. The time to listen to him is when he says, I cannot be in a relationship with you anymore. You have to be like, okay, I hear you. I accept your no. I am not here to convince you of my value. The time you don't listen to a man is when he's kind of like, I love you. I want to be with you. I want to marry you. You're amazing. You're going to be my wife. Let's go look at some houses. But he doesn't have any action. Oh, I'm glad that Laura and her friend are watching. A couple people said walking away is their solution. Okay. Nay says, I purchased all your programs a year ago. My ex proposed and got a huge tattoo of my name on his arm. I left him, but it's the best thing I ever did, and your course really helped me. And she says, I know it sounds crazy. Well, love is sometimes crazy. And we have to do things, but she has another guy that she's with, and apparently things were not right. Hello from Canada. Gabrielle says, hi, my man initiates meetings, and when things start going in the right direction, he withdraws and disappears for a week or two. Okay, Gabriella, again, I'm going back to my dating protocol, which is Fem Tools for Dating. Look, I think this is the least expensive program I have. There's absolutely no reason why any single woman should not have this program, because I have something called a dating protocol. And part of that dating protocol is about what you accept and what you don't accept. You see, a man will only treat you as badly as you allow it. He will only treat you as badly as you allow it. So if you let him take off for 2 weeks and you're like, do I have a relationship? Do I not have a relationship? No, that's no way to live. That's not okay. That's no way to spend your life with this guy, is it? So part of me, what I teach you is that terms and agreements, or terms and conditions conversation, which is, if we're going to be in a committed relationship, how often do we see each other? Oh, you're gone for 2 weeks? Hey, baby, you've been gone for 2 weeks. And, that's not what we agreed to. We agreed we would see each other regularly. So be real transparent with me. What do I need to know? Because I don't think we're in a relationship anymore. All right. And so you got to stand up for yourself, and you got to call him on this. Otherwise, he'll keep doing it. Go get Fem Tools for Dating. Alexandra says, hi, Adrienne. I was dating a guy and it was great. The thing is that in the beginning, I told him that I want a provider, a full one that takes care of me and all my finances. Well, I mean, that's a lot to lay on a guy in the beginning. But a lot of men are into that. A lot of men may not be. And, I'm going to pull a card for you on that one. Because, I believe we all have to each provide and maintain in the relationship something. But I'm going to pull a card on that one. A lot of women think that, I've had women ask me, they're like, what's feminine if a guy doesn't provide for you 100%? It's feminine. You want a masculine man to provide for you 100%. And, it's got to be a balance. You guys have to work out finances. Again, the terms and agreements. You have to work these things out. Finances, who takes care of what, things like this. If you lay it all right out of the gate, like children is something that you should lay out of the gate pretty quickly. Like that's a yes or no. But finances, there's always some ebb and flow with that one. So here's your card. It says, just listen. You may have a million valid and meaningful things to say, yet space, silence, and listening can heal more than any words. Give a person 6 seconds after they're done speaking to see if they have more to say. How many of you do that? When your guy's done talking, you count to 6 and he'll start talking more. Give him that space. Only when they've truly stopped talking, then you can say, use my really, really get him tool, which is, this must feel so whatever. You may think he's feeling for you. Is there anything I can do? And offer him a hug. So sometimes just listening is the best thing you can do with a man. I don't know if that, helps your situation or not. I'll take one more question. Okay, let's see. Let's go to live chat. Adrienne, any tips on how to deal with a rich and famous guy? I didn't know at first, but he gets a lot of attention. Should I just walk away? Well, why would you walk away? Because he's rich and famous. I mean, it doesn't, whether a guy is rich and famous or poor and an unknown, every man that comes in front of you is practice for you. He's an opportunity for you to learn and move up the tiers and keep practicing your feminine energy and understanding how to communicate with a man. The men I was dating in my 20s, and even as a teenager, especially as a teenager, these men were preparing me to be a wife. Even with both my husbands, they were preparing me. All of those things I went through with each of them, I learned so many things from all these wonderful, amazing men in my life that taught me so much. I will tell you, my first husband was the greatest teacher I have ever had in my life. He taught me so much about patience and virtue and, responsibility and keeping my word, because he was lousy at keeping his word. But I learned how much keeping your word really matters in a relationship, and just what type of person I wanted to be. Who did I want to be? Did I want to be the sad story, or did I want to be someone with an optimistic outlook on life, with a can-do attitude and things like that? So learn from all of these men in your life that are showing up. All right. Okay, ladies, I'm going to close out for now. This has been amazing. I hope you've learned a lot about walking away. Check out my answer cards. That's the instruction booklet. Nay says, I want a card. Okay, since you asked so sweetly, let's pull you a card. These are over on my website. They are currently on sale, so don't miss out on the sale. And again, if this video is 6 years old, don't come writing to me and saying, why aren't they on sale? They're probably going to be sold out by then. Okay, I'm pulling you a card. Oh, this is one of my favorite cards. Nothing positive, and yes, I ship to the UK. Nothing positive is gained through force. Nothing. Nothing positive is gained through force. So you have horse trainers. They want to whip their horse. Nothing positive is going to happen with that horse. You want to hit your child. Nothing positive is going to happen. You want to force your man to do exactly what you need him to do. Nothing positive is going to happen. I can promise you, nothing positive is gained through force. You have to force yourself to go on a diet. You have to force yourself. Nothing positive is gained through force. It just isn't. Think about anything in your life you have ever tried to force, especially if it's another person. Nothing positive comes from it. All right? There's other ways to do it. So nothing positive is gained through force. Ask inner girl, that's your inner girl, how she feels about forcing a particular outcome. Does she feel warm and honest, or controlling and icky? What outcome do you truly want? Now imagine how it will feel. So this is a good one, and it says, I'm curious, where do you see us going? That's the little script on that one. So we're not forcing an outcome. You're willing to say to the man, I'm curious, where do you see us going? That's the conversation I have with my husband. You're not forcing anything. You're being curious, authentic, and warm, and knowing your boundaries. All right, you're welcome. Woo, I am upstairs, and it is the middle of July, and I need to turn on more air conditioning. I'm sweating up here so much. So really, I appreciate being with all of y'all today. I always love doing lives and interacting with you. I have my group. It's a private group. You can come and attend classes with me. Someone just said, is there hope for me? I'm 49. Oh my gosh, there's so much hope for you. Why wouldn't there be? You're a powerful dynamite woman. There is a genetic match. There's someone out there for you. Your heart's match is out there for you, and there's probably lots of it. So again, get fem tools for dating. Do my 100-minute meditation, especially if you don't feel like there's a lot of hope for you. Do that 100-minute meditation. You will begin to see things change in your life instantly when you do that one. All right, everybody, much love. Please give this video a thumbs up, and please make sure to smash that subscribe button. And I'll see you on the next live. And go check out that blog. Link is below to all my goodies. All right, ladies, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.